So this summer I took consultation and systematic intervention class, and we had to do at the very end, our big project was our consultation case, and that is what I considered a tough one. And it was an artifact that I felt like I did a really good job on it. I mean, I felt like I had to. I'm going to say this a lot when I do these artifacts, because a lot of the stuff that I have done is outside of something I would normally do. But what I want to tell you about the consultation case is why I felt like it was pretty tough at times, because I had to do things that I don't normally do. That sometimes I have an assistant to take care of the details. See, I come up with, in my job, some really awesome ideas, and I can get the right people there sometimes, but it's the details I have trouble with. And so when you are preparing a meeting or a consultation, and in this situation, you're talking about students, and usually that doesn't always go well when you bring teachers, faculty, administrators. See, that was another thing about the case. You had to know who to bring, who was important for the whole process as going forward. So you had to know students and as I mentioned, faculty, staff, administrators, whoever else, counselors. So there was that component. But then you had to know what documents you needed. And so that was another thing. And then you had to know about the flow of the meeting and what happens when someone's going a little bit too far. How to bring them back in. And so I would be over the meeting, so it would be my job to do that. So, when you have all those elements, because I'm not very organized and I'm not the most, I'm not really somebody who enjoys confrontation, but that was in my benefit because I would try to find ways not for that to happen. And it is also benefited me now, even now, because I've already used it. I know how important it is to bring everything to the table and who the right people are. And if you don't have the right people, what happens? So that's what I think helps me as far as a professional going forward. I think the teacher did a great job outlining everything that we needed. And I didn't feel like when I was doing my assignment that anything was missing. I mean, I was prepared. I was ready to get started. So I was, I felt good about that part. And so going again to the last thing that I mentioned about why I feel this assignment was valuable to me is because it's something that I can take with me immediately. I learned it now. I can use it tomorrow. And that's the best way, as far as professionals, that we want to learn things, is we want it. That one thing I loved about this whole process with my EDS is I could take this information immediately and apply it to my job. And this was just another example. I do feel like I'm better prepared for that time when I go into a meeting or when I have to do a consultation, and maybe when some things happen that shouldn't happen, I'm prepared to know how to, and through the leadership class too. So both those together, I think really taught me a lot as far as conducting a positive experience for everyone in a consultation or a meeting. So I really, I enjoyed it at the very end. You never really kind of enjoy doing these things during, but at the end you're glad to have it. Because the other thing about the consultation case, doing that paper, is it can also apply to my checklist. When I think, okay, I need grades, I need this, I need that, or who do I bring? Well, I've already laid it out in a way for myself that if I have any questions, well, I can just go back to my case that I did and look at it and see how I did that and use it. So it's just a great tool to use now.